And welcome into Getting Help from Uncle Sam. In June of 2024, a young man was named interim police chief for the city of Montgomery, and then in February of this year, he became the permanent chief. And we're happy to have Chief James Grayboys. You made it to the permanent position. Thank goodness.
Well, thank you so much.
And listen, we're very happy about that because basically when you're looking for somebody to do a job, you're familiar with Montgomery.
I am. I spent my formative police career was spent in Montgomery.
That's
I
right.
started in 1991.
Wow.
And did over 20 years with the Montgomery Police Department before honorably retiring in 2011.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, those 20 years, I have to say, they were very rewarding, and they were a wonderful and very formative time in my career. Mm-hmm. After that, actually, and after doing all of the different ranks and different jobs that I did with the police department, I eventually would go to Alabama State University,
yes,
where I would found and start the Violence Against Women's program, mm-hmm. and become the chief of police and at one point even the director of public safety at the university. And I did that for about 8 years, and that was really rewarding as well. I've really been fortunate because in all those 28 years, I just had so many wonderful law enforcement experiences, both with the community and with the folks in the city. And then I even got the advantage of getting to work with Aaliyah as a senior compliance mm-hmm. specialist, which allowed me to really get to know folks in the state, all over West Alabama, and really a lot of different police agencies. And so it was such a rewarding time. So, of course, when I was given the opportunity to come back to Montgomery to work here again, it was just like there was no hesitation. I was so glad to come back because I love this town and I love the police department.
And everybody knows you, you know them.
Of course.
That's half the battle.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't take you half a year to find out who's who and who's in what chair.
Oh, correct.
You already knew that.
And yeah, when you have that personal connection, it really means a lot. You know, when I say that I care about things, I don't just care about them as a concept. I care about the people. Mm-hmm. I care about the people of the city. I care about the people that I know, but I also care about the people I don't know yet. Because one of the things I really try to do is go out and get in the community, talk to people, and the more people I talk to, the better I can actually respond to problems as I see them. And that has been incredibly rewarding in so many ways. It's been rewarding personally because there's so many wonderful people here in the city. But it's also been rewarding professionally because it allows me to really target some of our responses as an agency
yes.
to some of what we're seeing. And we've been really seeing some great results literally over the last 12 months since I've come back. But those results aren't just because I have wonderful police officers. Now I do, mm-hmm. I have great police officers. I say that they're second to none. But it's also because as good as my officers are, it's when I'm talking to people in the community and finding out what's going on that I know where to direct my officers mm-hmm. so we can have really good results. So the key thing about what I've just said is that partnership between community and police that actually makes things work in a very effective way. Because one thing people have to understand, we always say community and police like they're two separate things. They're not. They're one thing. Police are part of the community. Police make up not just members of the community, but the people who become police officers themselves come from the community. Yeah. And our department I'm so proud of this because our department represents the city of Montgomery so well, you know, because we have people from every neighborhood, every area, mm-hmm. and you know, every upbringing you could state. So, and all of those experiences when they come together and all those people, those men and women come together and start working together, they make things happen in such a very, very positive way.
You know, we talk about the fact that there's crime, but a lot of the crime that happens is somebody knows somebody.
A lot of
times.
That's
That's probably at least 70%, would you say?
It could be even higher at times.
Yeah.
It depends on what type of crime you're talking about.
Oh, usually we hear about there's been a shooting.
Yeah, you know, when you deal with a lot of times when you deal with a lot of the shootings or some of these assaults, a huge majority of that is a lot of times, people know each other, mm-hmm. they got mad at each other, and somebody didn't have the interpersonal skills to walk away, and next thing you know, you have a fight, or you have, I mean, what's so funny is a serious assault could be the difference between, like, if somebody pushes somebody and then somebody trips and they hit their head and now they're seriously injured, where the person who originally did the pushing might have only intended to push.
Just get them out of the way.
Right, but the thing about it is that, you know, But people have to start thinking about that, because they have to start thinking about the liabilities of what happens when you decide to use force on somebody that you know. Because when you do that, it can go wrong in so many ways. And so now what happens is, if two people who know each other get into a fist fight or they get into a shootout, well, now one person might end up either in the morgue or seriously injured, and then the other person ends up in jail. And so we want people to start really thinking about those things, because a lot of times when you see those types of acts, it is people who know each other, or they're angry with each other, or they have a grudge for some reason. But to be honest, those are not the way to settle problems.
That's right. So we're going to have Chief Grayboys come back with us again, because there's more interesting things that we need to do. So we'll be right back right after this.